Hi, Richard.
Hey Ali, how you doing?
Hi. Yeah, so um, this is just a quick chat with Richard Harris from Polestar Hypnotherapy, who graduated how long ago, Rich?
A month ago, July 2022.
Okay, so really, really recently. So you can see, really, we wanted to talk to you, Rich, because we wanted to get a little bit of information, kind of like the feel of actually being on the course and building your practice as you're training. And also because we want to know what you're up to now.
Oh, okay.
So give us a quick kind of overview of training, kind of just what it was like to train, what the kind of feel of it, what the bits that are important to people that you think.
Yeah. Big takeaways from the course. It will change you. It just does. Gary warned us, I think, on the first month. This course will change you, and everyone goes, yeah, yeah, whatever. It will, in amazing ways. Um, I think some of the really amazing parts of the course is that you start practicing, from month one, right?
Yeah.
Start doing it from month one, and it builds confidence. It builds confidence in the process. It builds confidence in you, and you do get amazing results. Even as a student, you get amazing results with your clients, which friends, family, frankly, anyone will turn up.
Yeah.
They all get amazing results, and it's such a confidence boost. It really shows you that what you're learning really does work. It has some real application to it. So
Yeah.
I think there were some of the big takeaways from me. The course is run really well. You don't feel pressured or crammed at any point in time. Um, it's very funny, isn't it, Ali?
Yeah. Well, I think
Uh,
that's more the people who run it.
and it is.
So,
The people who run it are great, and there's
yeah.
humour involved, and as a group, you bond very quickly, and you all help each other out, and everyone wants
Yeah.
everyone to be successful, and it's an amazingly supportive environment. Even after the course, our group still talk to each other, we still throw questions at each other, we still recommend things to each other. It's just brilliant. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things is that, when I talk to people, if I'm kind of supervising them or I happen to be kind of chatting to them, like years later, they'll be like, oh, yeah, we had a meet up and, I'll see photos on social media.
Yep.
That real, it's kind of like the culture of CPHT is that, we encourage people to get together because and I think it's partly because it just feels nice, and partly because we know that that's one of the things that keeps people in practice is having
Yeah.
people around you and having a gang around you, like having your that kind of group
You become
around
you
you.
become your each other's cheerleaders,
Yeah,
and there are times on the course you'll be sitting there going, oh, I don't know if I can do this, and everyone
yeah,
around you kind of gathers around and goes, of course you can, and you do.
yeah,
And that's the amazingly supportive thing about it. Whether that be the people leading the course, whether it be your colleagues on the course, it's great. And hey, this is quite daunting. I mean, people are coming to do a course in something they might not know anything about. They're coming
mm,
as individuals, not as couples or groups. Am I going to know these people? What's it going to be like? It's going to be great. It's going to be great because
yeah,
they're great people and everyone's of a like mind, and it's really, really supportive. And I think
yeah.
it's really important to know that.
Mm. Yeah, it is. It is one of those things. Almost no one comes knowing anyone else.
Yeah.
It's really unusual.
Yeah.
What tends to happen is one friend will arrive, and then the next one we'll see on the next course, or
Yes.
we'll get husband and wife comes on the next course. So they tend not to train together. It's like consecutively, because it goes, you look really happy and you're having a great time and you've got a good business. I want me some of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
quite often because all their only experience has been whilst the other person has been a student. So it's not even somebody who's qualified. They'll be working with another student and then go, I love that. Let's go and do this.
And you're right. That there's that positivity that kind of pervades throughout it, and it's not that kind of glib positivity that you see sometimes. Oh, just be positive. It really has a very strong positive vibe through it, and it does encourage you to be more positive in your own life. And that's really important when you want taking this forward and you want to build a
Mm,
business out of it, because throughout this, you're practicing, you're getting better and better at techniques. There's more things coming in all the way through the course. You're applying those with your clients. It's not one of these courses where you just do the course and it's like, right, off you go, start a business now, which is just scary, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it by the end of the course. You're charging clients by the end of the course. I
Yeah.
had my website up and running before the end of the course, business cards printed, social media posts going out, looking for new clients, all within that supportive framework of still within the course.
Yeah.
And there's supervision every first day on the course where you're talking about your experiences and which is great. It's really supportive.
Yeah. So when did you start setting up the business part of your practice?
I think probably month 2 or 3, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I think that's when I started figuring out how I wanted my business to look, because there's a lot of opportunities here, whether it's face to face or just online or a mix of both, or whether you want to do this within an institution or you work within schools and you want to bring it within that framework or something like that. For me, I'm an independent online hypnotherapist, so that was the direction of my business. So a website was really important,
Yeah.
social media presence, Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts, changing my LinkedIn accounts, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Very easy to do, and you've got time to do it. There's no rush to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
I
how I
mean,
started to build it from there. And I started to post things, and you start seeing other hypnotherapists that have been on the course as well previously, and you see what they're posting and how they're doing, and it helps to form in your mind what good social media looks like for a solution-focused hypnotherapist.
yeah.
So there's a lot of growing and learning in that. It's not oh my God, the course is finished. I've got to start a business now. I've got all these things within 24 hours. No, it evolves over months, and I think that's really good.
Yeah. So was everything pretty much in place by the time you graduated?
Everything was in place by the time I graduated. Yeah.
Good.
Website was in place, business cards were in place, contacts
Yeah.
were starting to build. I was getting referrals of my previous clients, so it was starting to
Nice.
build that. There's still a way to go. Don't get me wrong. It's just these early days of a new business, but um, I'm happy with where I am right now.
I was going to say, how's it going right now?
Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Lots of ideas coming out of new places to go and look for clients. Talk to people. Got a list next to me of the WI groups in my area within sort of 15, 20 miles, and there's a lot of them,
Yeah.
to talk to them. I've been talking to my local dentist who's got some dental phobic clients, and I registered with the CNHC, which means that he can refer to me, and
Brilliant.
we're kind of trying to get those things set up. But this positive, what small little thing can I do to move this forward? Because you do it for yourself. It drives new ideas and new areas that you want to go to, and
Yeah.
that's great. And that's what's come from the course.
I
You
was
know,
going to say, do you think kind of that kind of walk your talk supports the practice side of it and the business side of it as well as the client side of it?
I think it supports every aspect of your life. In all honesty, it's the
Okay.
same. It's the same toolkit for whatever the problem is. It's still a solution focused approach to a problem, which is can I sit here and catastrophize about my business and where am I going to get clients from? How am I going to make any money? Or I can sit there and say, well, what small little thing can I do towards that lovely goal of building a thriving practice with all the clients that I need going forward? And one of them feels really good, and the other one just leaves you in horrors and awake all night long. I think I'll
Yes.
go for the really good one.
Yeah.
And that's what we learn on the course. That's what you learn. You learn that solution focused thing, which works brilliantly with your clients. I think Gary said on the third month or something, or second month, when you're doing this, you're doing therapy with yourself. When you're doing this with your clients, you're getting from it as well, and it does kind of instill that practice in you, and I think that's a really good thing to do, particularly doing it for you, doing it for your clients.
Yeah.
It's not something that's just something you do and doesn't doesn't work for me.
No, it's my joke is always why we look kind of jolly as a group. It's because we are.
Yeah, yeah, it's because we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get down to brass tacks. How much are you currently charging?
Currently, I'm charging £70 a session.
And is that something you intend to stick at, or what's the kind of the longer term plan at that? Are you happy with that, or are you kind of progress? What are your thoughts?
So my thinking with my business was, at the moment, what is it that I want most? And what I want most is clients, and clients get referrals. In
Yeah.
my experience with the clients that I was working with during the course, some of them I got 2 or 3 referrals from,
Wow.
and that's a really nice multiplier.
Yeah.
And it's free. I didn't have to pay any pay per clicks or SEO or
Yeah.
advertising or anything. It was free, and they come with a warm handshake. I've been told I need to come and see you, and they want to work with you before you've even had the conversation. It's lovely.
Yeah.
So what I really want is I want a swell of clients, and I want that multiplier through referrals. So I've priced myself at £70 to do that, to encourage that. But
Yeah.
ultimately, I'll probably raise it to around £90, which seems to be the norm for solution focused, or the sort of midpoint for solution focused
Yeah.
hypnotherapy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the last time we checked it, the average price across the UK was £70. And I've done an exercise with colleagues all over the country, so where they're like, oh, I don't know if you charge that around here, or 80, 90, whatever. And every single time, in 10 minutes, I said, I can find you someone who's 25 quid and I can find you someone who's 95.
Yes.
I said, so you charge what you want because everything's already there, no matter where you are. And that would be, and I do it in like a little, almost like a 10-mile radius, even like down in Devon where, there's only 5 people. So yeah,
Yeah. No, it
yeah,
works well. And I think you
yeah,
just settle on what you're comfortable with at the
yeah,
time and you're confident with, and you go from there. But for me, growing my client base and getting those referrals is more important to me than £90.
yeah,
So 70 is an encouraging rate, I think.
absolutely. And
Ask me
then
again in a year.
yeah, and then and that's it. It's like if every one of those is like, if even 1 in 3 of those is 2 referrals, then that's that volume. And then, we get referrals for years and years and years afterwards. So it
It's the
just
checkerboard
builds
effect.
that. Yeah,
It's that checkerboard
absolutely.
effect of building a client base, and that's the important thing for me, right? That's my focus.
Yeah,
Which again has come from solution focused thinking. Got me
yeah,
there,
yeah.
which is great, which is really
Cool.
really good.
So, what do you think is the most important thing that somebody should kind of think about right now when they're thinking about training? If they're right at the beginning of their kind of
Okay,
journey around that.
so if you're right at the beginning of your training and you're committed to the CPHT one, you've probably looked at some other training courses. You can do hypnosis in a weekend if you want,
Mm,
but this is the gold standard for that training. It's 10 months. There's some intensive stuff in there. You will learn some amazing things. You'll learn how the human mind works in a way that you will never have seen before. You'll be working with amazing clients in a very supportive environment. And so my sort of advice to you is trust the process. That sounds very simplistic, but just trust the process. It works. It works really, really well. And sometimes you can find yourself second guessing or double thinking. What is it that I'm doing? Trust the process. It works.
cool. Thank you very much. So, if you want to find Richard, as I said, Polestar Hypnotherapy, I do recommend going and having a look at, particularly Richard's social media. It's fantastic. He's got a lovely website too. So have a look, see what you think. And just to let you know, that's Richard. Whilst you are amazing
Thank you.
in CPHT graduate terms, I wanted to talk to you because for me, you represent a big chunk of CPHT graduates. So when you look at Rich's website and his social media, that's kind of what we expect to see when somebody graduates. So yeah, that's what you can expect to have if you do that. And work the way that we suggest, which is building up through the course. So, Rich, thank you very much.
My
Much
pleasure.
appreciated.
Always good to chat with you, Ali.
Always.